P238 Legion. That's some pretty impressive grouping. Yeah, this is a good one. Hey everybody, welcome to Conceal Carry Channel. I am Grant McLean. I'm super excited to do this unboxing to show you what's happening with this P238 Legion. I'm excited to show you what comes in the box. Of course, we went to the range. I'm going to give you my honest feedback on all the good stuff going on with this 238. Now, before we jump into that, hit that like, hit the subscribe, and of course, share the channel with your friends and family, other gun enthusiasts, and comment something awesome below. Now, I do want to give a couple big thank yous to, one, Northwest Armory, awesome supporter of the channel. Go to nwarmory.com if you need to get a firearm. They will ship it to your local FFL, or you can do an in-store pickup. So guns, accessories, whatever, nwarmory.com. If you do pop into the store, let them know that Grant McLean over at the Conceal Carry Channel sent you in, and they're going to, of course, make sure to take very good care of you. The second people that I want to say thank you to is X-Hunt Targets, okay? That's xhunttargets.com. They put together these awesome targets that we use on the channel, and these are reactive. They're a high-vis target. I like them very much. The range masters at the range that we go to give us comments pretty much every single time and positive feedback on those. They're doing something pretty cool right now on xhunttargets.com, where you can go and vote on their next targets they're going to be producing, and one is going to be very similar to the one that I had them put together. I think that they call this the Precision. They also have one that's kind of duck hunt inspired from like the Super Nintendo game, and then they have another one which I think is pretty funny, and it's called Shooting the Shit. So I think that's pretty fun, but they're all going to be reactive. So pretty fun stuff coming down the pipeline as far as that goes. And if you go on there, just cast your vote. And I think if you you can do an early deposit, kind of like Kickstarter, where you can get a discount if you want to do a deposit on a pre-production. So pretty awesome thing. Thank you guys, X-Hunt. Love what you guys are doing, and keep up the good work. So without further ado, let's jump in to the review for the Sig Sauer P238. The one we have here today is the Legion. Very excited to share this with you. Kind of quick spoiler alert. This is my personal gun. I liked it so much, I bought it. The 238 Legion is no longer being produced. But as of right now, with everything with COVID going on, 238s themselves are very difficult to find. So I didn't want to leave you guys hanging for any longer than I had to. So I decided, okay, you know what? Legion or not, let's do a review on this thing, because altogether, I think that the gun, whether it be a Legion series or not, is a fantastic gun for you to consider for a concealed carry option, okay? So let's go ahead and pop this baby open. So you'll see inside here, top of the box, we'll just kind of start at the top here. We have the 238 manual. We have kind of the SIG ammunition kind of propaganda. And here we are. We got some awesome stuff. We got some Legion stickers. Those are definitely going on to the truck. You're going to have your lock like usual. This one here has some Spec 1 sample. This is the 6 Sauer lube. And we're going to have 2 7-round mags and a 3rd mag in the gun, okay? So we have our safety flag in there now. Let's go ahead and pop that out. We'll move that to the side and check this baby out. What a beautiful micro compact 1911. That's really what this is. It's awesome. I can't say enough. I mean, like I said, this is my personal gun. I found that the features, benefits, everything, the shooting wise, was something that I wanted to have. So I bought this, and I've owned this for some time. I have nearly 1,000 rounds through this gun at this point, and it has performed incredibly well. I haven't been shooting it as much lately with a lot of the other guns that I take to the range and do reviews on. And plus, 380 ACP is getting more difficult to find, so I kind of want to keep my secret stash while I can with those, okay? And plus, I have other 380s that are coming down the pipeline for the channel, so I've been needing to use my secret little stash of 380 ammo for other reviews. But this is a micro compact, okay? It is chambered in 380 ACP, okay? This is a single stack 380. Now, the ones that we have here have the pinky extension, okay? And the Legion is going to have the flared magwell. The magwell is going to stop right here. Those flush fit mags that you're going to find with those are going to be a 6-round mag. The ones with the pinky extensions that also have the flared magwell, those models of the 238 are going to be a 7+1, okay? So just to make sure that you know what you're looking for there, okay? So you got either a 6+1 or a 7+1. Now, the overall length on this is going to be 5.5 inches. This is you can see it's a very short gun. And the 5.5, this beaver tail on the back is really going to make up for some of that length, but you don't really notice it when you have it on your person, because it's not like the slide and everything is sticking out there. The height on this is 3.9 inches, and the width on this is 1.1 inches, okay? So this is overall a really compact gun. Now, cool thing about this gun is this is metal on metal, okay? So the frame here is not polymer, as you would see with like an LCP or a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard chambered in 380. So this has some weight to it. This is 1 pound 1 ounces. So this gun has some weight to it, which I really like, because I find that a lot of the micro compact guns out there are really, really light. Okay, great, they're really light. But then when you shoot them, you're needing that mass and that density to absorb the recoil, okay? And so even though it's a 380, it's basically a short 9mm. It still is going to have some pop when you have those micro compact sizes. With this, super smooth, absorbs recoil like crazy, and the size of it and kind of the shape of it, and I love 1911s, as many of you all know, fills out your hands very well. It's kind of like the P238. It's a smaller gun, but I almost find that no matter who holds that gun, it fits their hands well. It doesn't feel like it's too small, and it definitely doesn't feel like it's too big to not be something you could comfortably carry in an appendix carry, inside waistband, or even an ankle holster. Okay, so I do really, I love everything about this gun. So last thing, before we jump into our range time, I'm finding that there's a lot of different variations of this gun available. There's the Equinox, there's the Spartan, there's the Legion, there's the FDE models, two-tones. There's a lot of different ones. MSRP, I kind of averaged out at about $679 MSRP. The Legion here is going to be the most expensive model, and that one, this one here, I bought for $729. Okay, so I didn't think it was really a whole lot more than the other ones I was considering, but I did kind of gravitate towards the Legion because I have a Legion 226, I have a Legion 220, I have a Legion X5, Legions, blah, 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 blah. I am that type of guy who wants to have all that stuff that's cohesive. So there you have it, okay? Now, let's talk about our time at the range. All right, here we go. So we did our usual 3, 5, 7, and 10 yards. And the 3-yard grouping, this is 5 shots, 2 seconds, okay? So the 3-yard group, we had a 1.2-inch group at 3 yards. 5 yards, 1.4 inch group. Okay, 7 yards. This one got a little wily. I'm not gonna lie. 4.5 inches, and the 10-yard group 4.2 inches. Okay. Obviously, this gun having this gun has a 2.7 inch long barrel. This barrel is not a long barrel, and by no means would this be a offensive gun. So, you know, with the groupings that I had for the 3.57 and 10 yards, I am not sad in any way. I could not imagine using this gun in any type of defensive situation more than 7 yards, or, you know, I think that the 5 yards would probably be the longest I would be comfortable going with. And that group, 5 shots, 2 seconds, 1.4 inch group. For me, really happy with that. Since I have owned this, I have purchased a Crimson Trace laser for it, green laser for it, and I have that sighted in at 5 yards, and that thing is rock solid, just bearing bullets in the same hole with that Crimson Trace. So very, very happy with this and those groupings right there. Okay, so as we do, we're going to start at the top and kind of work our way down. Okay, so let's start off on these sights up top. Now, these are a 3-dot sight. They're tritium, okay? But on at least this model, you're going to have that big green dot in the front. Picking up that sight is so easy with this. I mean, the sight radius is very short, so, I mean, I can shoot this comfortably with both eyes open, and you almost just focus. You don't even have to look at the rear sights, almost, you know. You just kind of put that front sight where you want it to go. And this is so ergonomic, as most 1911s are, that if I just, like I've said on a few other videos, if I put my hand out there like I want to shake the hand of my target, and I just put this gun out there, I can look down the slide of this gun, and that front sight is almost perfectly between the rear sight, just right at the target. If I just take this gun, hi, how you doing? Oh, bye-bye. It's just like that. And, I mean, this is such an easy gun for people to shoot who are maybe a little bit scared of the smaller guns because they do tend to have a lot of pop, okay? So, really happy with those sights. This is a dovetail front sight. You could push it out if you wanted to change it out with a different front sight. On the Legion, they've kind of already upgraded everything for you, so it's just, you know, it's like the AMG Mercedes, you know, you kind of already have the stuff already upgraded, just turn the key and haul ass, you know what I mean? The rear sight, same thing. These are a dovetail rear sight. They do have some machining on the back there for a little anti-glare, which is cool, and these function very well. This does not have a red dot cutout, but also I find that other guns, 380 micro compacts, do not have red dot cutouts either. So to me, that is not a pro or a con versus any of the other stuff that's available on the market. Okay, let's go into the slide. Slide here has the Legion logo and also insignia there. They do have a special Cerakoting or a special color, I should say, that they use for the Legion models. And so this matches with those very well. It is kind of that cool gray. I like that a lot. The serrations on here are awesome. It does have some small front serrations. This slide, though, I'm telling you, is super, super light. Check this out. So, I mean, I could use my pinky, you know, just look at that. Super, super light slide. So I would compare this to the Smith & Wesson EZ Shield as far as weight goes. So if you're the type of person who's looking for a easy to rack slide, or looking for something that is going to fit, you know, somebody who has like carpal tunnel or tendonitis, or, you know, I hate to say women, I know a lot of women who have no problem racking slides on other guns I have, as long as they're taught the right way to rack a slide. So I'm not going to say for women, but you know what? If you're looking for something that's really easy to rack, this thing is awesome. and I have no complaints about that at all, okay? So, do like the slide. Of course, I love 1911s. They've kind of beveled the front here, rounded out some of the edges there. There's no really sharp edges. The rear sights stick up a little bit, so if you're super concerned about it snagging, I guess in a certain fashion, that could snag. But it would be pretty difficult to snag the sights on these because they are not like suppressor height sights or anything, okay? Let's go ahead and jump into the safety here. So this is going to be a thumb safety. Unlike a 1911, this does not have the grip safety on the back. Okay, you have a thumb safety here. It is very easy to manipulate that safety. Okay, and like all my 1911s, I do keep my thumb on that safety, and I fire the gun with my thumb on the safety, and I have no issues with a slide going right past it. Okay, so to me, this safety is small enough to easily slide into your holster and not, it's not all bulky where it could be poking or anything like that. It is definitely big enough where your thumb can get a nice positive feel on there. Awesome. Love that. Okay. Let's talk about some of the other controls while we're, talking about this. It is a single action pistol. Okay. So you will have this cocked back, locked right there, okay? There is the slide lever release on this side, on the left side. I do really like it. Functions just like a 1911. So, except for because this is such a smaller frame, most 1911s, what I have found is that with the slide lock release, my thumb is just not long enough to hit that slide lock release, okay, if I wanted to manipulate it with my firing hand, okay? So usually when I'm driving this gun, I have 2 on there, and I'm using my support thumb to go ahead and push down that slide lock release on a commander size or full size 1911, okay? On this guy, when locked back, I have no problem using my firing hand to release that slide, okay? And I'm not even changing my position from my firing position. No problem, because it's smaller. Really like that, okay? Really, really like that. All right. So no complaints there. The hammer, everything on this is very easy to manipulate. Love it, okay? Love, 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 love it. Okay. Let's talk about the mag release there. So the mag release is, again, I know I keep saying it's like a mini 1911, but honestly, it really is like a mini 1911. The mag release sits out from the frame, so you can easily find it. It's metal. Okay, it has a great texture to it as well. So I have no issue in getting to that mag release. The grip with the mag well, okay, goes right past my palm nicely. So, and you'll notice too that this magazine kind of sits a little bit further in from the back strap of the gun. So fantastic. Like, there's no hang-ups there, okay? I get a little bit of that hang-up with the P238s, okay? I get a little bit of that hang-up because the magazine will go all the way to the back, and my fat little palm will just keep that magazine in there, okay? Versus this sits a little bit forward from the back strap, so it's not keeping it in at all. Okay, so I do really like that. Talking about the mag release, and we'll talk about the magazines. The pinky extension is fantastic on there. Looks great. Functions well. Kind of pushes your hand up into the trigger guard and right underneath there in that undercut. It's awesome. There is not a whole lot of room for movement in there, and I do really, really like that a lot. So the mag release, it is ambidextrous, so you can swap it over to the other side if you need to. It's positioned on the left side as is. The safety is ambidextrous. It's already ambidextrous as is. And then the slide lock release, this one is only on the left side of the gun. Okay. All right. So, but that's not a big factor if you're used to slingshotting the gun anyways. Okay. So on last round back, if you're used to slingshotting it, who cares? Okay. All right. Let's talk about this grip. The grip is gorgeous. The color matches the slide beautifully. They did a great job on that. The machining is awesome. The checkering on the back strap is perfect. It's beautiful. The checkering on the front, awesome. You really do get a nice grip on there, especially, you know, with the ergonomics of a 1911. It's amazing. They did also some grip underneath the trigger guard there. Everything is just awesome. The milling on this is just perfect. The Legions have the G10 grips. Okay. Now you can swap out the grip panels for, tons of these different grips. I know that Hogue makes some rubber grips with a finger groove. I know there's wood grips, there's polymer grips, there's aluminum grips, like with the Spartan. The Spartan has the aluminum grips. The Emperor Scorpion has G10 grips, the Piranha style grips. I mean, there are so many different styles of grips you can get on this gun. It is insane. And I love the grips that came on this. You know, that's why I was okay spending a little bit more, because I would probably swap them out to G10s anyways. The magwell on this is awesome. They did a really good job in making sure that magwell did not look as a just copy-paste part. So if you look at the back strap of the frame here and how that lines up with the magwell, it lines up really well. The G10 grip lines up really well. There's not a bunch hanging over the edge or anything like that. Everything is really, really just finished off perfectly. Huge fan of that. Now the trigger on this, okay, the trigger on this is metal. Okay, this is a metal trigger, and reason why I say that is if you look at, say, the Springfield 911, which some say is like the Springfield version of this. I had a chance, I looked at both of them when I was considering this gun, and, well, you can obviously see which one I decided to take home. I think the fit and finish was better. I think the feel was better. And one of the things that I noticed was the trigger, in my opinion, is better. Theirs is a G10 trigger, and this is an aluminum trigger. I didn't feel that the G10 was finished off as well as this. It almost felt like there was a, I don't want to say it's like crunchy, you know what I mean? But in a certain way, when I'd pull the trigger, this felt smoother. It felt that the trigger had a nicer break, a better reset. And I don't know if it's because the G10 is a composite, okay? But the aluminum just felt more solid to me. And so, you know, there was some things that I did like about the Springfield, don't get me wrong, you know. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to want to, you know, have several of these. I want to have one that's just going to take the cake and do it all. And this one, this is a cake, whipped cream, sprinkles, cherry on top. This is it right here. Okay. Okay, so the trigger on this, absolutely fantastic. This is your 1911 Lovers trigger. It's got a slight curve to the bottom. It's got a flat face right there. I think it would have been kind of cool if it had some kind of lightning cuts or it was kind of skeletonized to match the hammer. But, you know, honestly, I don't even care. You know, it's so sweet. Check this out. Let's pull this trigger right here. Look at this. Just break right there. There's like barely any take up to it. But check out the reset. That's it. I mean, wow. When you go and feel the trigger to another, and I'm pretty confident about saying this, any other 380 micro compact, this thing, you might pee your pants a little. It is that good. You might piddle. Nothing embarrassing, just a little. It is so good. You know, and so I've put this gun in quite a few people's hands, and I'm like, feel this trigger. Because for some reason, I don't know what it is, but people think that small guns are cheap, and small, cheap guns just feel like crap. Well, there's a lot of cheap, small guns that do. Then they feel this. I mean, keep in mind the price tag. I've averaged it out at about $680. You know what I mean? This is not a cheap gun by any means. But, you know, neither is your life. It's not cheap. So, I mean, this thing is just, the trigger, awesome. I mean, this is probably about a 3.5 to 4 pound trigger. The reset is solid. You can feel it, you can hear it click, and it's just, again, right there at the wall, break so crisp. I'm in love with it. You know what I mean? Love it. Ooh, yeah. Put this thing under my pillow and have sweet dreams. Okay, so the recoil on this is fantastic. For being a micro compact, being a 380, 380s aren't going to have a ton of recoil, you know, as is anyways. And plus, there's a few different types of loads that you can get now. I mean, they have some that are like a 380 light, and those are going to be like 95 grain bullets. I mean, they are light as heck. Most of the times, of course, when I'm at the range, I'm not shooting anything crazy special. You know, I got the S&B and the Federals, those are right around 95 grains, 92 grain, and this thing feeds them incredibly reliably, no issues there. Like I said, I have nearly 1,000 rounds through this gun at this point, okay? And so I've, in my opinion, put it through its paces. No jams, no stovepipes, no problems. The recoil, I could shoot this gun all day long and just keep going, and I'd have no, you know, calluses or anything like that on my hands. This thing just feels, shoots, recoils, absorbs it, everything amazing all the time. And like the 1911, it has that beaver tail there, so it gives you some nice surface area in the webbing of your hand to control that recoil. Just incredible. Love everything about it. Yes. Wish I was at the range right now. I wish I had more 380 ammo too. All right, so let's talk about some of the aftermarket accessories. Like I said, I got the Crimson Trace laser on it. It does connect to the trigger guard here. There is no front rail. That's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, there's not a whole lot of space for it. I think the only thing that you'd really end up putting on there is like a Crimson Trace laser or laser light combo, and those are gonna, you know, go onto the trigger guard there, no problem, and then they'll have the pressure switch on the grip itself. You know, as far as getting like holsters, no problem as far as that goes. This one does already have the upgraded sights, tritium front and rear sights, and then the big dot front sight. You know, so accessories wise, it is a little bit, it's much more limited than you would say like a Glock or a Sig P238, you know, but for the things that I think you would want to put on this gun, I think you're definitely going to find it, you know, no problem. Lights, lasers, holsters, ankle holsters, a lot of that stuff too is universal, so it's, you know, going to fit this just fine, okay? So overall, I'm in love with this thing, you know. The 380 micro compact, hands down, my opinion, best micro compact you're going to find out on the market. Same time, one of the most expensive micro compact 380s you're going to find on the market. So, yeah, as I say, you get what you paid for, all right? But if you guys have a chance to get into the local store, to your local dealer, and you're considering a 380 micro compact, you're looking at the bodyguard, you're looking at the Shield EZ, but you're wanting something that has some more density, a better trigger feel. All of them have nearly the same capacity anyways, and you're considering like the LCP. See if they have one of these Sig 238s. Get your hands on it, feel it, okay? Because it's not like you're buying these guns all the time, you know, or maybe you are, you know, maybe you just got to add it to the arsenal. So if you do, I feel you. Trust me, I know what it's like. It's an addiction. But, you know, if you have a P238, definitely comment below. What are the things that led you to choose the 238? Which model do you have? If you've done any upgrades, what have you done? Share it with the group. If you considered the 238 and you decided to go with something different, like the 911, the Shield 380EZ, LCP, so on and so forth, what led you to not get it? Because that's also going to help the group in the viewers, because we're all about helping you make a good educated decision on where to put your money, okay? So anyways, thank you so much for chiming in for the review. If you need anything from Northwest Armory, they have been fantastic to us, so be fantastic to them. Go to nwarmory.com. You can order your gun, some accessories, whatever. They'll ship it to your local FFL. If you happen to go into the store, tell them that Grant over at the Conceal Carry channel sent you in. They're going to make sure to take care of you. And if Khaki is there, make sure to give him lots of loves. He's such a good puppy. And like I said earlier, X-Hunt. These folks have been doing a fantastic job developing these targets. These are the ones that we've been using. We've actually had quite a few people that have seen them in person and really like the contrasting colors. Go to xhunttargets.com. Vote on which target you think they should produce next. And I believe you can sign up and kind of like a Kickstarter, and you can put like $1 down and you get 30% off whichever one of the targets becomes the winning target. 30% off is a good discount. So anyways, you guys, thanks again for joining us, and I will see you next time here on the Conceal Carry channel. Bring me light. Bring light to the guns. Iced tea. Guns. Just talking about them makes me happy. Me? Okay, ready? What are you doing? Dun-dun-dun. This is a gun James Bond should be using. We've decided for James Bond, we're just changing out the gun. Hey, well, he did have the HK MP5 in one of those. So maybe James is kind of coming full circle. He's deciding. He's still, still going with the European gun, so see what happens. Did you just hit your head on the cabinet?
Yeah, I did.
He got excited. Yeah. That's a bad man jammer right there. She's a bad man jammer. Seriously, I could just... Oh, this thing is so butter. The only thing that would make this gun better is a double stack mag.
Yeah, instead of single.
That's the only thing that would make this gun better. Bomb.com. Love it. Mag, that, all of it. Yep, love it. Boom, love it. I mean, oh my God.